Hey guys, well, it's been a long day. It's going on 17 hours since I got up. 16, 15, about 13. It's going to be about another 15 minutes, a 13-hour work day out here. Came out at 5:30, and then it'd take like a 2-hour, less than 2-hour break, so hour and a half break. So yeah, cranking the hours. It's looking better. This is painted up. I'll put that shock in there tomorrow and let that down. I have a big 20-inch plank thing I can put across here, and I am going to try to drop this C-member out of here, drop it down enough to put in these ones go up in there, these two. And these two go up here, and I got the transmission mounts that go in here. I did crack them loose. Gary was when he was over here the other day. He said when we were working on the motor, he was eating his breakfast. He said, "Do me a favor." I mean, he's not doing really any of this. He's doing the motor stuff, but he'll probably help me with a few things, with some wiring and whatever. But he's like, "Do me a favor, it's been really bothering me." I said, "Oh, what?" And he said, "Go over there and try to crack them loose." And it's been bothering me a long time. I'm like, I watched one video, a guy snapping them off and having to go through all that work. So I was like, oh, all right. I came over here and those popped loose, and I think I popped these loose, yeah, and this one here is in the inside of here, so that one popped loose. This one here, it's got a nut here, so that one won't be a problem. And it's the same way on that way, but it's the opposite way. The front one on the transmission mount goes into the inside, and that one's loose, and then this one's just got a bolt through it with a nut, so that won't be a problem, even if it's snapped off, you know. So I'm gonna get that. Hopefully this won't take too long. Everything I say always takes longer than I think. It took a lot longer than I thought today to do the valve covers and put the studs in and all, but took my time, did a nice job, and it turned out good. I'll check tomorrow morning, see if there's any drips under there, but I didn't see nothing. But I just hope there's no drips or nothing. I don't find anything. So hopefully this won't take too long. That would be great. You know, I'll pull it down. Maybe I'll have to clean up a little bit of stuff and do a little touch-up paint in here. I will anyways. If it looks a little crusty up there, why not just spend a little extra time? And hopefully I get this done tomorrow. That's my plan. Get these all in here and then go up in here, and I have a bigger transmission cooler, and I'm just gonna make some sort of kind of brackets and get that so it's gonna mount up in there. And then cover up some of this here, and I have to make something to hold this, because that fiber plastic stuff here is broke. I better make myself a little list. I gotta make like a little bracket, and with a nut on there, and then I can go and put a bolt through and kind of suck it together a little bit. And so I gotta do that, and then hopefully I can paint this all out. And if I get all that done tomorrow, I guess I would be pretty happy. And then maybe I get the cooler in there and mounted. That would be just great. I would just be super happy with that. These little guys here, these little weird pieces that come off, one on each side, behind and next to the transmission mounts. They had snapped some of the bolts off, or maybe all of them, or some of them up there, and they goobered a little bit of weld on there. Now Gary said, I showed that to him, he said those are pretty important to, I don't know, keep something in line. He said to try to get those fixed, you know, properly. So I'll probably try to spend a little time on them and get these things maybe fixed, because if I have to pull them off tomorrow, yeah, then I'll be fixing them too. So that's gonna suck up some time, probably. But if I can get all that done tomorrow, it'd be just great. And then I can focus on dropping the fuel tank and getting the fuel lines in, and be rocking and rolling. All right, so it's Tuesday. I've been out here for a little over 2.5 hours. I know I was gonna be working on that C member and all that, but I figured talking rain Thursday, maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I figured I'd get some sandblasting done quick. This here, these and these here, I don't even know what you call it, but it's for the back of the motor. And I had to order these because Gary said I couldn't use the stock stuff for that year. So I had to get these from Clark's. I ordered 2 sets. I already painted a set gray, and it's got to be over at Gary's because I dug through all my stuff, because Gary says everything you get done painted, bring it over. And I brought it all over. It's got to be over there, along with my alternator bracket that's painted gray too. That he's like, I've seen it, and then I know it's not here. It's got to be there. I dug through all my stuff here, and I'm usually I keep all my parts kind of together. So I pulled this out because I bought 2 sets. I bought one for the next build too. So I'm gonna paint this one black because I think it should be black under here. But so then this is how I just blast all my parts. I got this piece of aluminum, and I just screwed the bolts and stuff in there, and so I'm gonna paint all the heads on these. I did the U-joints. I taped it with really thick, heavy rubber. I didn't want to blast any of that stuff. So those are done, and I did mark these, which one's passenger and driver. And Gary says it doesn't matter, but I did anyway. So I just wire all the stuff together, just kind of blast it, and clean it up that way. So I'll get all this stuff painted up. Yeah, I suppose maybe I'll paint these too. I mean, I can touch them up later after we bang them up, put new U-joints in. But so I'll get this stuff all quick painted up and drying, and back on that there under Blue Boy's C member, I guess. Well, the shock. I get the shock in next. Yeah. So getting stuff done. So all right, I did sandblast or bead blast a bunch of stuff. These here I covered up with some real wide, thick, heavy rubber. It's not electrical tape, but kind of like electrical tape, very thick, so it didn't touch nothing on that. I did hit it with some high heat engine paint. I know I'm pulling the U-joints out, but I just wanted to paint them up a little bit. This one's a little loose. It looks like they're just punched in there to keep them tight. I'll ask Gary about that. And these here, I just pulled the bearings off of these and sat them in there, so I didn't even get no paint on where the bearings actually sit. I don't know if that would matter or not, but I didn't, and I taped the splines in there. Look at these. I didn't do nothing with these. I just got them bead blasted. I'll pull the nuts off and wire wheel the ends on them. And I guess I'll probably hit those with some paint maybe. And the nuts or the bolts turned out real good. I just sprayed them from each way and across the top. The little clips, these are used ones. I did bead blast these too. I put them on wires and put a little crimp between them to keep them apart, and bead blasted them up. And if I use them, if not, at least I'll have some spares. I did have a bunch of new ones. And these are the original washers for in here. And Gary gave me, every time I go by Gary's, he's like, I got something for you. Don't lose them. These are originals. So he actually gave me a set too of these, and I got them bagged up and tagged here. And I painted up all the other stuff. I got it hanging and drying here in the shop. Well, it's pretty much dry out there. I just kind of hung it here to let them finish drying. So All right, I get back under that shock now. I just want to get this stuff kind of blasted up and that, because they're talking rain later this week for like, I don't know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday. I don't know. Bunch of days. It might rain, might not, but all right. Back to that. Got a notification, back in the shop. My parts are here. I ordered on Amazon for the ramp side. Couple packages. There's one. Look at the dummies. You know, they just set stuff out in front of my place all the time. And I got it posted. Deliveries. And I got it on each side of the gate. Deliveries to this gate. And they still can't get it straight. Ding dong. Yeah, so I was down at the automotive store and I wanted to get some wire, and well, I was there getting other things, but I was like, they got some wire, and I'm like, I looked up, I think it was like 22, 23 bucks, a 100-foot roll for 14 gauge, and I said, you know, I'm gonna grab a couple rolls because I need some for the engine stand, because I'm gonna wire that up, and I grabbed my other stuff I needed for that thing. And I get up to the front, and the guy's like, he rings it up, and he's they came up to like 48 bucks a roll. I said, $48. It said whatever on the thing. I said like 23 bucks. Yeah, nice spray wire. And he said, let's go take a look. And we went over here. He goes, someone sat in the wrong spot. It's like 47, 48 bucks a roll. I'm like, I said, I'm not paying that much for a roll of a 100-foot roll of 14 gauge wire. I said, that's, nah. So I went on Amazon, and I got 6 rolls here for like $46 shipped. Like the next day, I just ordered this last night. I put it in the cart. Joe, I said, put my order in, and here it is. So, and they had bigger selections too, man. You can get like for $80, you get a bazillion different colors and stuff. But I figured that this would be good enough for here. So awesome, man. I love Amazon. I get stuff shipped all the time. I just had ordered too with this. Some exhaust pipes and different things I'll put together for some exhaust here, And even on Amazon, you still got to shop, because you might find the same 6 spools of wire in a different ad for cheaper, or maybe it would take like 3 weeks to get it, It's just kind of got to look around a little bit, but yeah, I like the Amazon. I hate going to the store to pick something up and they don't have it. And I come back home, order on Amazon, I get it like the next morning, Sometimes you get it same day. So, cool. All right, back under that C member. All right, I have this big, long, 10-foot long, 20-inch wides, 2x4s with plywood on top. I use it to put it on sawhorses, to put my chop saw to cut long pieces of wood if I'm ever building anything. But I put it across here to drop the C member on. And I'm going to show you what my problem is now, is these 2 little square pieces that go towards the front. They're only, I don't know, a foot long or so. And then they're supposed to have 2 threaded rods that come down, and they bolt up to that. I think it's threaded rods. They're studs, and whoever restored this thing, they butchered it up real bad. Now Gary said these are pretty important to have. They don't look like they do much to me, but he said they're very important for something or another. I don't know. But they have it welded up and crapped up, and there's like a stud on one, and I could see they actually took a cutoff wheel and cut some into it a bit, and then they welded some other pieces of cut channel from something on there for I have no idea what reason that is, but my problem I'm really gonna have is this is where my jack lift point is. It's really in the way to work. I could leave it on the stands and put it back farther, but on the passenger side over here, I don't know. Like this side has the driver's side has a spot with the hole where you're actually supposed to do a jack point from. This side there is no such thing on this one. On this one anyways, it's just a piece of sheet metal under there, and I don't know where the actual good spot is. I mean, I may have to try. I don't know what's good over there to leave a jack stand on. Lower this down and move it forward to catch to be able to work. We'll see. I don't know how much I can get in there and what a mess this is gonna be, you know. Yeah, I'd put some safety ones back here or something, but you know, just maybe something for safety. I may have to move that, and then I don't know. It'd be a little kind of sketchy dropping this without that right where it is. Could possibly be moved a little bit forward, but I'll have to take a look. So I'll take the camera and show you this boogered up crap under there. Now, if I could just bolt it like I'm supposed to, easy peasy, but they got a bunch of horse crap on there, and you'll see. All right, guys. So juggling flashlights. Now this is the crap that they put in here. They just cut it, it's sharp, and they're different size ones, so they cut and put these pieces in here. I believe this is where the original floor was in here, right there, above that anyways. And see, all this crap here is covered with, sorry for me to show you, all this here is covered with grease. Look at, it's just grease. I can write my name in it. And for some reason, I don't really thought that was the way to keep stuff from rusting. But these things are different. Just rough, cut your finger off shit on here. One on each side all the way down. And these ones are really long compared to that one. But that needs to come off of there. I gotta get these two off for sure. Because, bear with me, and there, get it, there is the stud that comes out is right there, and that's the nut, and that's goobered up weld there on it. I'm trying to show you this so you can see it. That's the stud that comes down and with the nut, and that's their goobered up horse crap weld here, right there, on there. Yeah. And then this crap here doesn't belong on the vehicle. And it looks like they have welded it from top here somewhere on both sides. I gotta get that out of there. And bear with me, I don't know if I can, up in there, just to see all the little cuts. They cut, that's probably where the other whole stud's supposed to come through, but there's a bunch of cuts up there. So I gotta fix that. This side here, there's one there, it's a goobered up weld. So it looks like the two studs are on the inside, the outsides, there is nothing. A bunch of crap there. Boy, I sure wish I could juggle a flashlight and film at the same time. But there's this crap weld here. And my problem is that this lift is this here is in my way of really working. Now, this side here, I'm good with, you know, having a stand under it. Now, that's the driver's side. The passenger side, I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to put a stand down here. Tell you the truth, I don't know. I mean, where's your jack point on here? There is a hole there. I'm assuming that's your jack point right there. But if I put a stand and turn it sideways, assuming that hole sideways, that's not a lot to catch here, especially for safety. I could put one there and put another one over here or something, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something and possibly get this moved back, slid back a ways. I don't know. It's really like should be back 2 feet, but I'll see. Might be working a little dangerously. All right. I think I'm safe. This one's loose. That one's just touching, just barely touching. I didn't want to, you know, necessarily say that to hold anything. I got the front two here. That's my board. I got my front two here that are in there. That one's in there really good. I got sideways. That one's touching. This one just about touching. So, and I have that up, but I can't lock it in. I'd have to go up high and bring it down, lock in, and these probably would not be touching. So I'm just gonna leave it where it is because it's already getting close to kind of the centerage here. So now I'll show you inside there better. Tight and hard to show you guys, but anyways, like I said, they have the one on each side still exists, even though they got some boogered up low there. The outside ones, there isn't a hole. Well, there's this one. There was a hole, but they cut into it. But I am going, and the other side, there's the hole right there. So what I'm going to do, because this they replaced. I think, you know, there was probably nothing left of it here. It was probably just rotted away. I'm going to drill a hole up through that, at least for a hole to mark it, to where to put something in the well. If that's what I have to do, that's what I'm going to do. And then I have to get this shit off of here. I mean, if they were going to say, you know, if they wanted to put some stuff across there, fine. How about get some nice little square tube or something like that and do it instead of this is long and cut and sharp. They cut it off of something, maybe underneath the other truck. I think this was a truck floor. And look at it. It's just grease speared all over here. I guess that was the way they rust proofed it. So I got to get these off for sure. This one, the other one, and drill them up. I'm gonna drill those first. I'm gonna drill a hole through there, at least so I got a spot to do something with. And then I'm gonna work on getting them off, and then just drop the C-member. Hope I'm not making you seasick under here. This dang camera. So I was digging through some of my stuff, trying to find like a little cutoff wheel, and I found this little janky, I don't know, I probably had it from when I was freaking 15, 20 years old. I'm gonna stick it in here and give her a shot. It's all I need to get that little piece of weld off on there. Like a Dremel, I might have a Dremel with those little cutoffs too, but I don't know. We'll give this thing a shot. I dug up and see. I don't know. Hardly enough room in here. For me, camera, I don't even know how to get the face shield on. And light. There we go. I don't know if you can see it. This stupid little crap there holding me up from doing an okay job. It might fly apart. You don't want to cut it. Starting to see. God dang, it's hard. Hard when you're half blind. Alright, what we got going on here? It's funny I found that little thing. There's got crap all over the place. Little bins of stuff. I suppose like a air cutoff wheels. Find some small ones. I think I'm looking for something like that now. I can't see. Get away from me. I moved that ink. I don't want to screw up the bolt. Oh, it's all loose. Look at that. Oh. Well, shit. Now that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Wait till you see this shit. Wait till you see. This is a really good one. All right, let's go out. I'll show you what they did. This is why stuff takes 3 times longer. And people are pieces of crap who do stuff like this. So what they did is this has been cut off. It's cut. There's still the burr on there. You can see how it rusted. This was cut off. They held it up there, put a goober, a weld on that shit, so it looked like this was actually in there. It's not in there at all. Now you just made my job even harder. So I bet you, I don't know if the other one's actually in there or not. All right, I'll give you a close-up of that. Now you restore a vehicle and you sell it to some old gentleman for $20-some thousand, and this is what you do. You can see it was cut. It was cut. And you can still see the burr on there. And they had just pushed that up in there, put a goober, a crap weld, because that's the best that they could do. And you know, so those pieces aren't even doing anything on there hardly. Those 2 rail pieces on there. So you charge all that money for that vehicle, and you got stuff like that. Look, at least they left the lock washer, so it looks legit. I'm gonna put. Doesn't matter no more. I'm going to find my ratchet here, and let's unbolt this one. What do you think about this one? What's this one gonna be? It's actually bolted on there. Maybe turn into nothing. You need to just poke it up in there. Yes. I sure wish they left us, you know, just that. Whew. Same shit. Same shit. They did the same thing on this one to make it look like it's actually had something in there. Well, they probably did the outside one, the other one here too, but they fell off with their non-welding skills. Well, I'll get these pieces off, and then I'll just have to cut these up the best I can without wrecking them. The other one's already cut up. I'll have to fix it, weld it up a bit, and I can just do my best here to get. There's no holes up even through, so I'm going to drill the holes up through these two and them too. Yeah, there's no holes into this piece here because they put that in here. This whole piece. I mean, I understand. Fine, there's nothing left of the truck, but you know, these little brackets, they don't look like they do much, but according to Gary, they do something. Of course, I think so. This doesn't pull back and forth, front to back. That would make sense to help hold it. They are fairly small little stud bolts in there. I don't know if they're studs. I know on Bill's in Tucson, some were broke off, some were crapped up too. I don't remember everything, but I know that some of them might have been rusted out where it didn't even hold the nut. But all right, I'm just gonna drill these, and I don't know, I'll drill them and see where it comes up through inside or whatever, and weld a stud or do whatever I can, you know. You can see over here where like some of the old floor was cut out or something. I don't know. It's bad, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'll fix it the best I can. We're having fun now. All right, guys. So this is my new prison. I thought it was small and tight up there, but yeah, this is where I'm gonna be working. Yeah, Gary said these pieces here are very important. I think from going front to back, movement. So what they have here was pretty much doing, you know, zero, and even how it is made, this doesn't even look welded to the floor. The floor is going the wrong direction. Maybe that's why they put this in to kind of hold these from moving, but they go all the way up. There's a couple more past this. We got like two more. I think what their thought was this floor goes this way instead of front to back like it should, and they were putting these in to catch these, but there's a half inch of space between here. So, you know, your floor is gonna go up and down if you got any weight in between these little spaces here. Maybe that was their thought, but really they should have, what I'll end up probably doing, because I'll probably never change this floor in here. I mean, I could if I found one, but I don't want to have to repaint the blue on the outside of it. So maybe I'll look at it, you know, down the road, and maybe I will take all this crap off and actually go ahead and put some, you know, maybe one or 1.5 by like twos in here, down here, real nice, and maybe put hit some of these ribs with a nice stainless steel cap bolt or something, like a bumper style bolt, and so it looks kind of decorative. I mean, if you know anything about Corvairs or ramp sides, you're gonna look at it and go, Gary's seen it right away. And you know, well, that's wrong. Someone put a pickup truck for him. So maybe I'll probably just leave it and just improve the crap that's here. I mean, these are cut different lengths. Some are shorter, some are longer. And this one here ain't so sharp, but the ones over there are just rough cut with a cutoff wheel, horribly. Yeah. I mean, those ones over there, you could, you know, you'd cut yourself wide open with. Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and fix that down the road, because I noticed when I was going down the road, I'm hearing doo-doo-doo, and it's just this probably going up and down because there's nothing holding it but around the edges, and you can see where they left their, I don't know, there's little pieces of bar in here that was probably the original floor that they tried to leave some pieces in down there. I don't know what their thought was, you know. And like I said, they changed this front piece here is new, and nothing's, I don't know if they, maybe they welded it up in the bed. I could look. Hopefully they did. Hopefully they did, because it would help give it a little strength this way, but not really, because the ribs are running the wrong this way. I thought maybe that was the reason why they put these in, is to give this some stability. What I will end up doing is I'll pull these two out for sure, clean all this grease that they got smeared up on here off, because if I do any welding, catch that crap on fire. And I will actually put, I don't know if I should just go with 1 or 2, but I will put something in and connect it to this, or weld it into there nice and up to here. I mean, they ran them here, which I don't know, because if I ever welded anything, I would have to weld it underneath and catch this, so I can remove these. Like you have to take these off to take the C member off to drop it. I don't know if you can just loosen those bolts and squeeze those in or not, but I'm gonna drill these out. I'm gonna leave them where they are with their boogered up crap wells, drill them out, and hope that's where they were supposed to be, and do whatever I have to do to put a stud in there, or I don't know what's up on the other side. If it's just gonna go into the floor of the ramp side, and maybe I'll even put some get some welds in here. Even if I burn the paint a little bit up there, it is what it is. It's gonna make it better. I'll look at their boogered up welds up there to see, but I don't know. I mean, to fine, I get it. If the floor is bad and you got it ripped out at that point, you know, this floor was not in there, so the old floor was probably rotted through all over. I get it. You take the old floor out, you cut it out, but at that point, it's easy to weld some pieces in here properly and get them nice. You could cut your pipes, your square tubes, and notch them down so they would fit under here. And you got a cutoff wheel. Obviously, that was their tool of choice because it's chopped up all over. You could cut that. You could cut that with a cutoff wheel and hit it with a grinder or flapper and kind of make that shape and bring it to this end, and maybe even take these and cut them on a angle or round them or something, or like I said, use pipe and cap them off, you know, on an angle, make it look decent. So yeah, like I said, I'll change these, but I'm leaving all that for now. That's another day down the road. This will be my little prison now. You know, I was planning on having this done today and have probably my transmission cooler done and have this painted out. Well, I think if I have this done and painted out by tomorrow would be super, unless I find something else. I don't think there's nothing but this BS right here, you know. And I do feel sorry for the nice gentleman we bought it from down in Tucson, because he paid, was it Lemon Tree or something like that? He paid a company to go look at the vehicle to certify that it was decent or good. And this, I mean, this is, I mean, he didn't know what he didn't know nothing about it, you know? And like I said, my fault too for buying this crap, you know? But that's what I bought, you know? I bought it. Now I'm just gonna fix it, and you know, I'm keeping it. But anyways, you know, just kind of feel sorry for the guy who got tooken, you know, from you know, it is what it is. So I'll get these drilled first, and then see if I can get these off. I don't know. I'm sure they got some goobered up weld up top. So I'll get the cutoff wheel cut in here, but not hit nothing, and break off their weld to get these pieces of crap out of here. Wipe this off, clean it, you know, and then figure out what I'm gonna do with these, with putting studs in it or something like that, and get them all cleaned up. That one's cut up a bit up in here. I'll have to spend some time welding that up, fixing it up. This one's goobered up. I'll do what I can do on it, you know, and like I said, Gary said that's important to have that, and I think it is to keep this C member and that doing this kind of doing, like, you know, movement this way front to back. So all right, I'll get back at it. Yay, we're having fun. So this is where I am right now. I got most of this cut out. I did take a piece of steel and put underneath it so I wouldn't hit the bed, because that wouldn't take much to cut through it. I got this one almost cut all the way up. They did weld from the top down, so I'm only able to cut it as close as I can. That side there is going to be more tricky because I got this plastic ducting for the heat. And I might have to use a Sawzall or something to get that one. This one I can probably get off too. But I got her pretty good. I try not to butcher anything up here best I can. And I'm gonna take these two bolts out. Try to, they should. And see if this will come loose or not. I mean, they boogered up weld all over it, so I'm getting it, you know. It's just such a tight little area to work in, but we're getting it. I got this one pulled down. That's the original metal that was there. They put this stuff here in. I actually drilled the holes through, there was nothing there. I'm just gonna break this one off, I think, and well, I guess I'll tear that piece of crap off of there, I think, and fix that up. This was up in there. There's a big thick washer. This, and then the rubber, and it's like brand new. It's like brand new under there. So I won't have much cleaning here to do, just clean this little spot here and repaint it. I'll take that one out right away and clean up anything and just paint from there on this way. This one here is still stuck on there, so I'm gonna have to do some more grinding and work to get that one off. Hey guys. Hey guys. So I got these sandblasts. I got that crap off of there. This gnarly stuff. They still got some wire on there from the welder. That was obviously the original. There, I don't know what that deal was there. I don't know. The other side still, I think, got that stuck on there. I don't know. I have to clean that up under there. I cleaned all the grease off. I actually had to take a scraper and scrape it off to get most of it, and then I just lacquer thinner. So I'm just gonna weld the washer. This is just a hair under this one because the next size is a hair over, so it'll be fine because this is the size for the bolts. I could drill it that tiny little bit if I had to. I don't think I have to. I'm just gonna weld that in there up on top, and I'll go ahead and weld it underneath and fill that all back in and just grind her down somewhat, and that'll be that. Now, as of right now, I have 2 weeks, 14 days till the fan belt. So I need to get this thing done. I just need to get it done because pretty excited to go from listening to the Cactus Corvair Club Zoom meeting last night. So it's supposed to be pretty good, you know. So I got to get cracking. And I dig a little bit thicker washer out of the drawer, and I flappered the galvanized off of it. There we go. And purposely tried to melt that through their little cut there into the washer. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Got burned through it already. It's pretty thin, so that's why I can't see this doing a lot. Doing a lot under there, but there he says it's important piece, important piece. So I think I'm going to be good with that. Right. Important piece, he says. So. All right, this is what I got. Yeah, it's not too bad because I was cooling it off with the air hose. Now, it's quite a lot on there because what I don't want to do is I don't want to flapper this off and make it nice, and then there's all these big holes I got to go back and weld again, because if I have to go weld it again, flapper again, there's some more, weld again, flapper. I'm taking off material here and other places and making it thinner than it needs to be. Now, I couldn't really, if I welded it, I could weld it in there. I don't know, but I'm going to grind some of this down. I don't know if I should go back, put a little weld in there. You know, don't need it. I think it's just fine the way it is. You know, I mean, I'm taking care of the problem and then some, because I'm going to leave it a little thicker. So I'm just going to let that be. Now, I could have went off and grabbed one off another vehicle in the yard. I hate stealing parts off stuff unless I know I would have a dedicated vehicle just to do that. So I got it done. It's pretty decent. I'm happy with it. I am not taking everything off of there 100%. I'm gonna leave it just a little bit thick, because why grind it down to nothing again, you know? And if I grind it down to so you don't see anything, there's gonna be nothing really holding it as far as any weld. And you know, to feather it in, I will get this here piece probably half the thickness that it is now. So that's the way I'm leaving it. It's underneath, it's fine. I see a little spot here. I'll hit that with some weld, some little cuts. All right, so yeah, I should tell you, I did go ahead and weld that back in there. Why not, a little bit. Yeah, good enough. I'll paint these. Only bad thing is it's freaking downpoured outside. Wasn't supposed to rain until Friday now, they said, but oh well, we'll get them painted. Guys, everything's going really good. I got this piece, those pieces that were in here, each way, I got them cleaned up off of their cut. I cleaned that up in case I decide to put a little pipe or a square tube between here and connect it to here. This is the original right here. That's the original. This is what they put in. And they never even welded anything to it. They just left it like shit. So I'm gonna wedge a pipe in here to push this up. I'm just gonna give it a few little tacks in there. And I think I'm gonna tack this up here a little bit. I just don't wanna start bubbling all the paint too much up on top. So I'm just gonna put some small welds and blow it off the hose so it doesn't get too hot. So everything's looking really good. I cleaned up all the, most of the, that grease on there. Now on this end over here, there is no old piece that's there. So I'm going to make a piece. I'm gonna cut a piece like yay long, drill the holes in it, and put it here and maybe tack it on there. Maybe tack it on there. And then, cause I think the floor is over top of that. So I'll go look outside, up top, but tack it on there so it gives it that same height as that side. And then I still might put that pipe across in here anyways, just in case, because who knows what's weaker here, being that this floor goes the opposite way. Just my thought. So all right, everything's going good so far. So that's what I'm gonna do. I got this little bar. I'm gonna cut it there. I'm gonna punch it, drill 2 holes. Cut it there. And I'm probably gonna weld the ends up on there on the underside. And this is just to make it level with the other side. Does it matter? I don't know, but I'm going to do it. And then that's what I'm doing. All right, I got this in. I didn't weld this. It's still loose. I just wanted to make sure it was gonna work. I put the hardened bolts through. I just got a nut on it just for right now. I'm gonna take this all off. Since I know this is going to work. This is the one that was really crapped up here. I'm gonna try to get the C-member down, get them all replaced, touch up paint if I have to underneath the stuff. I'll get it bolted up, and then I will, I'll paint this piece here too, except for the end. And then when I get this tightened up, I will go ahead and put some weld on each side of these too. Why not? And so basically it's just a bolt that goes through the bottom of the bed, way up to the back. And I'm fine with it. It is what it is. You know, could have been a rounded head bolt, but then, you know, you have problems getting it off. You could weld it in there, but I'm just leaving it. I got washers. That's the way I'm leaving it. It's cool. It'll be way better than what it was. Right? All right. Fan going, because I always have it going because I'm hot. And I got my piece all painted, taped off the ends where I'm gonna weld. And look, this thing's even got a nice drying rack. Adjustable height drying rack. Boy, this lift does it all. Woohoo!